Following attacks on foreign shop owners has risen to 6. This after 2 people were shot and killed in Langlaagte near Soweto last night. The 2 were killed while a Somali-owned shop was looted and torched. Police are now recovering stolen goods from Zamimpilo informal settlement in Langlaagte. The violence has also spread to Alexandra, north of Johannesburg, where a shop was also torched in the early hours of this morning. Meanwhile, the trial of a foreign shop owner accused of fatally shooting a 14-year-old Siphiwe Mahori in Snake Park, Soweto last week was delayed in the Protea Magistrates Court. This due to the unavailability of a Somali interpreter. He allegedly fired at a group of people trying to rob his shop. For more on the story, our reporter Alexandra joins us from Zamimpilo informal settlement in Langlaagte near Soweto. Alexandra, thanks for joining us. What's the mood like there following the shooting of the 2 suspected looters?
Well, it remains quite tense here in the informal settlement, and when we arrived here earlier this morning speaking to some of the community members, they kept on saying that their stance are quite clear. These Somalians, as they put it, as well as these foreign-owned shop owners, must leave the area. They say they're sick and tired of South Africans being killed at the hands of foreign shop owners, and of course you must have heard from the police's side saying that around 11 illegal firearms or unlicensed firearms recovered from foreign nationals who own shops here in and around Gauteng.
Now, Alfred, we hear that the violence has spread to Alexandra. What are police saying about this?
Well, yes, the violence has spread to Alexandra Township, but according to the police's information, only 1 shop was torched in that area in the early hours of this morning. Police say as it stands, though, the situation remains calm in Soweto as well as Kagiso and here in Zamimpilo. But just a few minutes ago, there were police officers here raiding the area, trying to get all the loot, all the stuff that have been stolen. And if you just look right behind me, this is one of the shacks that they found some of the stolen items from. The police came, they ripped the shack off and recovered some of the stolen items, and they've been going around the informal settlements trying to recover some of the loot. And of course residents are quite angry that the police are doing this. As they say, they believe that the police don't have a search warrant, as they're just breaking into these houses, and some of these owners, particularly this one as well, the owner of this shack is not here.
Now, do we know if the 2 people killed were looters or foreign nationals who were inside the shop?
Well, there are conflicting information that we're getting from some of the investigators. They say that one of the suspects, who was one of the deceased who was shot and killed, was actually part of the looters. Apparently, he had some of the items in his hand when he was shot and killed. But according to another person who's also been shot and killed, we spoke to his family, and they say that he couldn't have been part of that group because he was on his way to work. He was a security officer, and while passing the group that was looting the shop, that was at that point that he was shot and killed. 2 bullets struck him.
Now, just finally, Elgin, have police also shifted focus from saying the issue is of a criminal nature rather than the perceived xenophobia?
Well, the police's stance seem to remain the same. It seems they're taking that official stance from government as well, that as it stands, this is just criminal elements that have crept in, and they don't believe that it's xenophobia. It's yet to see at what point the police will change their stance as they continue with this investigation. Because remember, we spoke to the intelligence minister, and he did indicate that so far they haven't been able to ascertain whether xenophobia is indeed behind these lootings and some of these foreign shops being attacked.
Aljan, thank you so much for the update.